Good afternoon. So, I had like topics of like different funny sort of anecdotal stories to tell, but then this morning I got up and I found a new thing to talk about, and I figured the other things could wait. So, I'm not a huge devotee of reality TV. However, I was following The Golden Bachelor, and then this year, The Bachelor. I had not really watched it since like about 20 years ago. But, so when I got up and I was laying in bed, waking up, and then I was having my coffee, on my phone, I just kind of like scrolled through Facebook while I was sipping my coffee and waking up. And I saw all these posts saying that the couple that got married on TV on, I think it was January 4th this year, the Golden Bachelor couple, where she just turned 70 and he just turned 72. Big, beautiful wedding on TV. They were supposed to go to Italy this spring. That the franchise was paying for the honeymoon, the trip to Italy. And they lived, I think he was from Indiana and she was from Southern Jersey. And so they were married, but they were going back and forth. Like, neither one of them had given up their homes yet or sold it or moved into a new conjoined home. I don't know if conjoined is the right word. Mutual home, like, where they each kind of were, you know what I mean. So, so they announced, I guess they went on Good Morning America and they announced that they were getting a divorce and that they loved each other. They were holding hands, but for whatever reason, and I don't think they said that like it was their families, like neither one of them could like leave their children and grandchildren. I don't know if that's the real reason or if that was like the official reason. But, okay, I mean, it's reality TV and other people's relationships are not my business, unless it like is something in my personal life. However, when I was scrolling through social media, I saw tons and tons of women, albeit older women, gloating and being gleeful about them getting a divorce. Women that had no idea of who these people were saying what a terrible man he was, and he was a womanizer, and that he cheated on his dead wife when she was still alive, and that he was just after the new bride for her money, and gleeful things saying that she was ugly, she was this. And the fun thing about Facebook is, when you see these groups and these people posting comments, this is a little mean, but I admit to doing it. You can click on their profile and look at them. And these people, for the most part, I would say at least 80% of them, had no business speaking about other people's appearances or marital status. A lot of them were bitter, older, single, divorced, or widowed women. Some of them were married. A lot of them were just like older and frumpty-dumpty. And there's nothing wrong with being frumpty-dumpty. I'm headed that way, myself. But like to gloat about it so openly, and to be so gleeful. And I spoke my mind. I said that, I'm sorry it didn't work out. But the real issue that was sad was the gloating and the gleefulness. That's what I had addressed on social media. And you know what? It is hard. My recommendation to anyone, particularly older people, is if you're looking for a relationship, that's like a real solid thing. Hey, if you plan on retiring and you want to move to a different area, or you both want to move and relocate to a different area, that's like really fine. And like it doesn't matter where each one of you live. But if you're not really entirely sure, then you're better off staying with local people, and seeing what happens. And But, like, you know, nothing's written in stone. That's just what I'm saying. You know, sometimes it can work out if you have people that live at a distance. You might spend a certain amount of time at their house, and then they spend a certain amount of time at your house. And that could go on for years, you know, indefinitely. I think that it is maybe a little harder when you get older, but really not that much. I think being honest, open, and willing, I think being vulnerable, I think admitting to what your situation is, and that way the person could take it or leave it, and you're not wasting anyone's time. And the posturing and the posing, it doesn't just go on with young people, it goes on with old people. You know, I think you're better off just being upfront about what your financial situation is, what your activity level is, you know, what you need as fuel to stay in a relationship. Because otherwise, you know, you end up with resentments and you're wasting time. And, you know, it's best to take things in baby steps, you know, at least for a while until, you know, you feel a little more confident. And those baby steps are easier to take when you're, you know, within a reasonable distance of, you know, living near each other. So, yeah, I was kind of sad to hear that it didn't work out. But I was more sad about seeing the nasty, vitriolic reactions of just a bunch of nasty old ladies. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. They were a bunch of nasty old ladies. Anyway, everyone, have the day that you deserve, and that includes, in particular, the nasty old ladies of Facebook. Bye!